It is late Friday afternoon on the last week of the month. The lender is demanding a funding number, the moving truck is idling in the driveway, and the escrow officer is managing a dozen files at once. In this environment, speed aggressively competes with security. Within this narrow 48-hour pre-closing window, massive sums of capital are funneled into bank-to-bank wire transfers. Once these funds hit the Fedwire or SWIFT settlement networks, the transfer is irreversible. Cybercriminals target this exact pressure point. They deploy AI-driven email interception to silently monitor transaction threats, learning the communication styles of the participants, and waiting for the final hour to interject with perfect mimicry. This chart shows the scale of the financial damage when a wire is misdirected. The median loss per incident hits $389,000, exceeding the liquid cash reserves an independent agency is required to hold. Under state law, escrow agents operate in a strict liability environment. Intent is irrelevant. If trust funds are routed to the wrong account, the escrow agent is held solely responsible for the financial recovery and the legal fallout. An agency can implement security training, but a single human mistake nullifies all of it. Without an ironclad way to prove they executed a rigorous defense, a breach invites a regulatory audit and financial insolvency. The title production software functions as a digital fortress, organizing contracts, ledgers, and milestones. But when the fortress cracks open, the swivel chair problem begins. Practitioners must turn away from the secure system, logging into separate portals. They are forced to rely on fragmented channels. An officer might send an email, check an external database, and make a phone call. These verification actions happen in an unrecorded negative space. This operational void provides the camouflage attackers need to strike. This timeline maps the forensic failure of a real transaction. As the file advances into the red-shaded 48-hour pre-closing window, vulnerability peaks. The hacker steps in from a spoofed domain, submitting modified instructions that silently overwrite the original bank details. The escrow officer, rushing to meet the closing deadline, attempts to verify these new instructions. They pick up the phone and call the contact number provided inside the spoofed email. The only record is a yellow sticky note slapped onto a monitor. The timing, voice, and confirmation exist only in the officer's memory. When the funds disappear, state auditors arrive to investigate the transaction ledgers. They find no time-stamped digital proof of the officer's verification steps. The absence of a verifiable record transforms a human error into a gross fiduciary breach. Auditors view this as a failure of supervision, often leading to the immediate suspension of operations. Standard fraud scanners generate risk scores, but leave the final decision undocumented. Veto provides an immutable review record. Right before the wire transfer, the transaction hits an impenetrable digital gate. It ejects a review receipt, logging all identity checks and exact verification timestamps. A manager's digital signature locks the log to proceed. The signed record embeds permanently into the title production software. This ultimately shifts the burden of proof. By converting a frantic verbal check into a digitally armored artifact, the agency provides auditors with the evidence required to prove they exercised reasonable care.